Okay. I don't know why that stack is so tall. Are you getting the cord, Leland? Okay. Okay.
Not yet.
We're on page 1 in your little green workbook, and in your stack, let me just run over your slides really quick. You should have your regular small theory workbook, and then your song book, which looks like this. And then you should have an orange ear training book, which we're going to use just a little bit every class period. It's going to be really helpful to your child. You'll see how that works. And then you have your stack of papers you have to sign. So I can run this business. All the things that are important. Okay. Yeah, if you have pens, maybe share with friends. Did you get her stuff clean right there? Yeah. Okay. Oh, you want it. We need to grab her a ribbon so that you can tie her thing before you go. Just get a ribbon. There's a seat there. But okay. To her name tag so you can tie it to her bag. You'll need a ribbon before you leave. Yay, Allie's here. I'm so glad. Okay, this is awesome. We're almost full class. So we have mostly eager 5-year-olds, right? If your child's a little bit older, that's okay too, but I usually try to start everything around 4 because I think it works best. So we're going to develop fine motor skills this year, and it takes time, patience, and support. And you know how much I love you as parents because you're everything. You're the reason everything works and flows. So success is a journey, not a destination. It's funny, in my own life, I probably don't live that very well. But as far as the music class goes, it's a perfect way to view it. Okay, welcome to the great adventure. We are about to take the next step into forming a complete musician. After the voice, piano is the best music teacher there is. It provides a visual layout of the staff and allows the child to produce harmony, melody, and rhythm all at the same time. But it takes effort, dedication, discipline, patience, and play. Don't forget it's play, not practice, even though I probably mistake, but we're trying to call it play. Consider that we are introducing fine motor skills to 5- and 6-year-old hands. Be patient with your little one. He is likely feeling more frustration than you are over his hands that won't do what he wants them to do. These skills take repeated and consistent practice. So if you're a musician, you probably don't remember this painstaking process. But I was thinking the other day, if I really tried to use my left hand to do some real, like cross stitch, I love to cross stitch. If I try to do that, I will know exactly how frustrating it is for the 5-year-old to try to do something brand new that their fingers don't know how to do. So we just have to the thing about a child is that if they do something every single day, and you know this, like they're reading their books, they're probably starting to read now. They're probably doing math in school. They're probably starting to tie their shoes. These things that they do takes consistent effort and trying, and then they get it, and then poof, you don't have to talk about it anymore. No, you need to tie your shoe like this. You don't have to say that anymore, right? So that's what we are going to get to. If you do everything that you're supposed to every day, it will just fall into place effortlessly. I really, really feel that way. If we can keep good attitudes at playtime. Okay, you may be yearning to hear your little one playing beautiful pieces, but remember, this is not just a piano course. We're learning harmony, ear training, singing, and classical music. In time, it will all come together in a complete and satisfying way. So this little book that we're going to go through of yours is really helpful. This has so many helpful things in it. So the groundwork from first year, we internalized harmony and rhythm, learned keyboard layout on bells, learned a basic staff reading, and set groundwork for second year. And I hope that you were amazed. I'm amazed every year because they do it, and then we have our recital, and they're just, weren't they amazing? Yeah. Okay, thanks. A little energy here. It was just incredible where they came from with no skill to that skill, and it's going to just exponentially move along. Second year focus. Okay, I absolutely love talking to you about the things that we're going to learn. It's so exciting to me. So we're going to continue with staff relationships. We're going to sing and play simultaneously. Okay, so they've been singing and playing on the bells, but now they're going to use their hands and sing with their hands. This is a little bit different, and it's going to take a little effort, but you wait. They will be amazing. Okay, so why do we use chords? We have to learn our position, and you have this bubble in your stuff, right? So if you've done this with me before, these are new. They don't go together. In the earlier years, they would actually stick together like a bubble, and then we pull them apart. It was really cute. But now you just have one for each hand, because when they take their bubble, does anybody have one? Could I just borrow one? I should have brought one out. This is the way the hand is supposed to look on the keyboard. It's not supposed to look like this with the wrist. Do you see this? This will cause pain. Maybe not on the, oh, not on the piano, dear. Not on the piano. Thanks. This will cause terrible problems in the future. And if they learn to play like this now, this is how they'll play. This is what will feel normal to them. So you must have this beautiful, I hope that didn't break that sound bad. I don't say this as a like yay for me necessarily, but I don't have any wrist or finger pain, and I'm not going to tell you how old I am, but that's pretty amazing. A lot of my friends wear braces and all sorts of stuff, but I really believe it's because of this. I'm a pianist, I'm an organist, and this is how I'm constantly relaxed, and my wrist is straight. And this is what you're looking for. These fingers need to be in bubble hand. Now, this is not the shape they're going to want at first, because they have no muscle structure here yet. And there's going to be all sorts of things. And I can't do them what they do, but they can bend them all sorts of ways. Yeah. But you're going to keep saying, remember. Let's put the bubble back under, remember. Oh, that looks so beautiful. Can you try to keep that on? And you're going to talk to them in this really kind, just keep trying. Oh, look at, I saw their finger, it was rounded. And you give them kudos as much as you can, but this is what you want. And they're going to try to push from the shoulder. They're going to try to do all sorts of things, but you're going to just keep working for the goal. Okay. So position of the keyboard, bubble hands, keyboard geography. Your child will look like this. Your first day, one of the things that they're going to get perks for when they get paid is for you to send me a picture of and I'm going to teach them all, you guys all, how to find out where they should be placed at any piano so that they're placed correctly. They're not too far away, they're not too close, and you're going to check that. And the kids will get so good at this, they'll do it for themselves because they want to be just right. So I'll teach you that, and then you'll take a picture at home to show me your setup so that I know that you have a stool and that the legs are straight and all the things are looking good. Okay. Okay. Let me see. Okay, why chords? Remember, the three primary chords make up 90 to 95% of the music we listen to. Learning chords equals learning music. So I told you that in first year, and it may have kind of, if you're not a musician, that may have been like, what? But now you know, red, blue, and yellow, right? That's all we talk about is red, blue, and yellow. And now they're going to learn to play them on the piano. And it's going to be so, well, first it'll be a little tricky, but it's going to be so delightful for them to start to play songs, the songs that they love, okay? These chords make up all accompaniments. When the ear can distinguish the chords and choose which one to play, the player can improvise on any melody, and we'll teach them how to do that. Chords are the foundation for playing by ear, understanding musical construction, and composing and transposing. In second year, we will study the 3 primary chords in the typical positions, though the notes can be in any order. Okay, we're going to repeat this after me, okay? I'm going to teach them the chords in their typical positions. Can you say that? Teach the chords in the typical positions. That means the ones that are the easiest to play that you'll see in lots of music. But, and this is just for you to understand mentally, it will not stay that way. They can switch around, okay? So I'm going to show you, for instance, because I don't want you to freak out when all of a sudden you're like, wait a minute, I don't get it. What's going on? I want you to know that up front, this is the plan, okay? So we have, I guess I better do this a little differently. You're all used to, no, you're not yet. This is do. This is me. And this is so. This is a red chord, and this is in root position. And I'm going to teach them this a lot. Red chord, root position. They're going to learn how to play old paint. They are going to think they are the stars of the world. It's just one red chord over and over. Remember the auto harp? Super easy. But they're going to be able to play piano and sing. And that's going to help you because they're going to feel like they did something. This is going to be amazing to them. So you're going to love this song, even though you're going to be like, oh no, don't play that one again. But you know, you're going to pretend that you love it, okay? Okay, blue is next, I said. Remember this? And it changes. But what I want you to know, and this is yellow, this is how it's going to look. And I'm going to teach them stacked up nice and neat like a snowman. Top heavy with a third on top. Do you see that interval? And bottom heavy with a third on the bottom. And that's yellow. I'm going to teach them this until it's ingrained. And they're going to learn it. You're going to have, let me show you. Well, no, I won't be able to unless I take somebody's. Let me just take, sorry, Alicia, I'm just, really. Okay. So back, I hope it's in this one. No, it's going to be in the big one. Okay, well, while I'm here, this is your calendar. Don't forget it, because if you miss class, if you think class is happening and I'm not here, then just look at that. You want to sleep by? Yes, I'm so relieved. These are going to be, first of all, I want to make a little thing. I hate things on the piano. I don't allow food of any kind, water, nothing around the piano, okay? And when they told me I had to teach you to play stickers on the keyboards, I thought I would go crazy. I did. I'm like, no, I can't teach this curriculum. I can't do this. I can't do this. Because once you teach a child that a sticker's okay, to that child, that's not just a sticker. That's just something. So maybe it's a marker tomorrow, or maybe it's crayons, or maybe it's pushing down a key and coloring the side of the key. Like for them, it's just like, hey, this is art. I can do whatever I want. And so I just can't stand to. So what I've done is I have found the most amazing stickers for your piano. They leave no goo. They come on and off with ease. They are mostly see-through, and you're just going to stick these up in the keyboard. And I'll show you when you get to class the first day, you're going to see them on their keyboards, and they're going to come off. And you're going to tell them, these are so temporary. You're going to get so good at this. You don't need these anymore. And you're just going to chalk it up. You're going to get rid of them. We're going to be so good someday. Because we don't want that. There will come a day that there will come a point at which if you don't practice enough, they will not be able to play without their stickers. And I call that my failure. This is not where we're staying. This is a beginning health. So if you practice every day, they'll get to where they don't need any of this. And that's the point. And that's where we want to go. Okay. So I just want to show you, just for the fun of it, next year, I will say, what is that note? Does anybody know? Middle C. Thank you. Middle C. And I'll say, guess what that middle C can do? Do you see another C on here? And if everything's been going right at home, they'll say, that's treble C, Miss Sherry. And I'll say, right. Watch what I can do with this chord. I'm going to take that C and I'm going to put it up on that C. What color of a chord is that? They'll think yellow. And I'll say, but it's red. And they'll say, oh, And then I'm going to teach them that chords can change shape. And that's when they're free. So we teach them a stationary something that they can understand, but then we're going to open it up and give them more power to be free. Okay. So when that happens, don't be like, what is she doing? Just remember that I told you that chords can change shape, but it won't happen for another year. Okay. Okay. Let's see where I'm at. Okay, so they're going to learn to read each of these chords. If this looks like Greek to you, that's going to change. You're going to love this and you're going to understand it and you're going to be able to help them. This is yellow. This is a lot more intense, but they're going to learn to do this. Here's the thing. This year is the year that we start to teach them to read for real. And this is a hallmark of Miss Sherry. Okay. I cannot bear to send your children out the door unable to read music. And so I'm begging you, like right now, I'm begging you to please plan on next year. Like January, you're going to come to an orientation. We'll teach you how to teach them. And we're going to progress through this, what I call the note card process. And they're going to become readers before they ever know that they could choose one way or the other. Okay, it's like reading a book at school. You do it every day with your child. You would never let them go through their life without being able to read a book. It's the same thing. We're going to teach them how to read music. We're going to do it piece at a time. And I'm telling you, if you do it every single day, what I tell you every single day, are you hearing me? You're going to not want to. You're going to want to cheat the process, but it will not work if you do that. What you don't know. You're going to learn. You're going to learn with them. This is so basic at first that if you do not, if you do not skirt the moments of playing with them, you're going to learn. You will know that that's a red chord. You'll be saying it to her. No, Charlotte, red, red. You'll say it. And you'll learn that that's blue and that's yellow. And you'll speak her language until she can do it. And you'll do it with her. Because in class, I'm like, okay, let's switch. Do you think your parents can play this? And the kids are like, I don't know. They just have the best time. And then mom and dad, you have to try. And so you better be practicing at home so that you can win a game, because I do trees for the teams that win and all that sort of thing, right? Okay, so that's how, this is how your music is going to look, and they're going to be playing this. Okay, so you're going to learn how to help at home. I'm going to teach you. You're going to enjoy your child with that. That one never made a fuss once. No, that's not true. But we're going to have, we're going to keep good attitudes. You guys are great parents. You're just going to keep working at it. Okay. Touch the keys above the fingers. I have a little, okay. Do you see the child's hand? This is so bad. And they immediately will do this. Like these are their two positions and they're both wrong. So we want this nice one. Okay. So if you see this at all, say, oh, remember we have to keep our arms straight and bring it up, because it's how they do it the most is how they'll do it. So if you're on it and you're helping them, they will learn that this is how, right? They learn how to tie their shoes. Like they can learn this. You just have to be solid about it. Okay. Fully participate in class. So just the one reminder here, actually there'll be a place later, but no cell phones. I know that if you're hiding behind your child doing it, that you feel like that's okay, but it's not. So just no cell phones in class. You're here to really learn and take it in. And if you don't have anything else taking your mind, you will hear everything I say. You need to hear everything I say. And if you find that things are going a little faster than you like, because you only hear every week 1, 5, 9, 13, and 15, you only come 5 times. You're welcome to come any day you want. I'm not kidding. I wish I had parent class every single day. It is so much easier when parents are here. So if you want to come, you just feel free to come. Okay. Your attitude sets the tone. So it shouldn't be like, oh, you gotta go practice. Come on. It's gotta be like, when do we get the phone game? So when should we practice and how long? How should we practice? Keep materials close to the down. This is huge. That's why you have a bag. You just keep them all right there. And then there's never, if you've lost something or you have to go find something, it's hard. What should we practice? And specific practice techniques. Let me see. Keyboard geography is going to be really huge this year. And it's the first thing we do. And it's got to be one of the funnest activities of all Green Turtles. Well, Green Turtles, the Green Turtle songs are amazing, but keyboard geography, it's called Kit Kat Keyboard, to die for. So cool. Okay, this is supposed to be my email stuff. I did really bad last year. I just didn't send out emails. But because the year before I found out nobody was reading them, I'm like, this is taking me so much time. Why should I do this? So I don't know. If I do end up, I've been telling myself, do emails. But if you do end up getting it, this is teacher tidbits. These are things you need to know according to the studio, like what's going on, purpose in the play, things, why we're doing this and that and the other, where it's leading us, and making musicians activities and videos and games that the child can do to further their ability. Yep, there we go. That's a realistic picture, right? So maybe the time of day is wrong. Maybe you waited until after school and all he can see are his 3 friends out riding their bikes. Bad news. You're practice, right? I mean, you're going to lose every time if you're going from piano playing to bike riding with friends. No, you're going to lose every time. So that would be the worst time to pick for practicing. You need to pick a time when, like morning. I did all my children's practicing in the morning. Nobody else is doing anything. So they get done and they're done. And then when after school comes and something else comes along, you're not like, oh, no, it's been 3 days and we haven't touched the piano. You don't want to get into that mode. And your attitude, and we all have days, we all have moments, but just really try to make the time of the piano great. And I raised 8 children, okay, and I raised them all playing music, and I know what it can be like. So I'm just telling you, you just keep working at it, and you tell your child, well, there is no bike riding till we get done. If you got that kind of child, I had one like that. And hi, Charity, your stuff's, did you get it? It's out there. Yeah. Anyway, you'll just, you just have to work with your child the way they are. I had some that would just easily work with me, and I had one that it didn't matter what I asked him to do, he wasn't going to do it. It didn't matter if it was music or do his dishwasher, like it didn't matter. So with that kind of child, I had to be pretty strict and just like, well, there's no friends until we get these things done. And piano or cello was part of that group, and he turned out to be amazing, right? Just seriously one of my best kids ever. So even if they're hard and push back, you just have to have your way of working with them, and you know what that is best, right? Okay, if you don't play yourself, there it is. Now is the time to learn. The blind can't lead the blind. This is true. This is why coming to parent days is so important, and learning along with your child, doing everything that you're asking that child to do it too. Okay, that is going to fix this problem. And by the way, at this stage, I do not believe that there is a way to say, go and do your practicing. You know you have to get it done. There's no possible way. You're going to find a 5-year-old under the piano bench drawing a picture or sticking his gum between the keys because it looks cool. I mean, this is stuff you can't allow, right? But the child is not going in there to do it. Let's be honest. This is going to take work. We're going to call it play, but this is going to take effort, just like reading a book for school, just like, I don't know, riding bikes. Did they cry when they rode a bike, or were they super excited about it? Did they learn to swim? Like, what did your child do that you insisted that they do now? What is that? I mean, it can be as simple as potty training. I mean, what child really likes any of the life skills? Not so much, right? So you just have to be consistent, and they will do it. They know that there's no way out. They will do it. Okay. I don't want to play. I don't have time. Oh, this is the best one. They'll tell me this. And you know what I do? I say, I know what it's like to be fun. And I know that you don't have a full-time job. And I know that you played probably 2 or 3 hours of games every day this week. And their eyes will get bigger and bigger, you know. And I just like, no, that you can't say that to Miss Sherry, because I know that's not true. And I'll just like call them on it right now.
Go back to that one site. So when you say like a 5-year-old can't do it on their own, like, so we need to be with them.
You need to be with them.
Time,
guys,
every day.
This is 5 to 10 minutes a day.
Got it.
And I believe that anybody at this stage of life, because I was there once, can do that much. Now, when we get to second semester, it's going to increase by about 15 minutes. But if you've been consistent and solid, that will not be an issue, because the games that come along with the increase should be they should be fun. Like, okay, how fast can we go? That's what you're asking. How fast can we go? And so it doesn't have to be arduous and terrible, but if you do it once a week, oh, it's piano tomorrow. Let's go try. And you go practice that. They will never, ever, ever be able to do it. This is not a cram. This is not a skill you can cram into a child. You just can't. And I want you to know that, because I know I've seen hundreds of children, and I know when they're practicing every day, and I know when they're not. And it's detrimental to them when they see their friend just whizzing through their songs and they can't do it. They are not stupid. In fact, they are super bright. And so they know I can't do it. So if you start getting, I don't want to go to class, I don't want to go, it's because they're not really feeling the fulfillment within themselves that something good is going on for them, right? So be thoughtful about this. This is important. I don't like this song. You know what? If you do this one, then we're done with it and you get the one you love. Do you want to do it next? But, they can say this every day till you never play that song. So you have to kind of work the game, okay? How about if I play it for you and see if I did it right? And I do that in class. Usually we don't like songs that we can't play. I bet once you learn this, you'll love it. And that is 100%. Not yet, but if you let me help you, I think you can do it, right? It's too hard. I can't do it. Oh, I know it's hard, but I think we can work it together until you can do it. A little progress every day adds up to good results. This is the truth. 10 minutes a day, and you won't believe what they can do. They are brilliant. Okay, celebration station is super cool. Let me see what I've missed. Okay, I want to go back for a second. The position of the keyboard we discussed, keyboard geography, we're going to learn that is broken up into 2 black keys and 3 black keys, 2 black keys and 3 black keys. And they're going to learn this. And if you practice every day, they will be so good at this. They need to look at their book. This is the biggest thing. I have seen every attempt at not reading, but looking like they're reading, I think, known to children. I'm serious. They'll even use the mirror effect of a grand piano bass to trick their way out of reading. I'm just like this. It's so much harder to do your trick. Let's just look at it, right? But I will teach you. I will say to you, he's not really reading. He's looking right down here while you're pointing up here. And that's what you have to be good at. You have to start looking and saying, no, no. Okay, wait, you've got your screensaver on, baby. Let's get that screensaver off. Wake up. Okay, now look, right? Because all they have to do is kind of screen save and just stop thinking, and then they're not taking anything in that you do, right? And that will keep them from being able to progress. And then it gets frustrating. Mm-hmm. So here's what happens. We start at the first, super easy. We're going to learn how to play these intervals with our turtle shell friends. And then by the end of the book, okay, now what if you don't do those processes every day that I give you? How are they going to go from that easy to where they can do it to something like that and feel good? It's a process. And so they'll be able to, I promise you. I mean, you're going to see a little girl right in a minute that's been played for you. I know how to get them there, but they can only do it if you do it at home every day. The fingering. Okay, watch me. Please. I'm begging every single one of you parents, please do not let them do the wrong fingering. If you will be sure about this, they will handle everything else. They'll handle how fast to go, how to start reading. But if they have 4 different finger patterns for a certain chord, they'll never make it. So when I say this is a 1, 2, 5 chord, I mean always 1, 2, 5. Nothing else will do. It's not, well, this is the way I like it. No. 1, 3, 5. And we have to get that in the first couple of weeks where they just know that they, and I can tell when they come and they can't even find C when it's marked on the keyboard. I know they're not doing it. If they can't just put their hand on there and play it, I know they're not doing it every day. So I can't be tricked, is what I'm trying to tell you. I will know if you are not. This is my really big talk to you as parents right now, because, and in the year, you know, I can't yell at you. You've hired me to help you. So I'm like, please let me help you, you know, please do this at home and I'll be nice. But I'm just telling you right now, before anybody's guilty of anything, please do it every day. I'm begging, okay? And the right fingering. Okay. Okay, parents' role. Oh, wait a minute, what did I miss here? Okay, acknowledging mistakes, how does it try? And this is true, like they're going to make mistakes. I don't berate them for this. And this is an opportunity to learn. Once we do it wrong, we can learn to do it right, right? So know that mistakes are okay, but we need to just be on our task. Okay, let me see. This is a progress you're going to get, progress report you're going to get at the station day. Station days are a very special day at the very end of the semester. And I set up games in all of these rooms. And you go from room to room to room and you do these games. And they're all things that they will love to do, like playing the big drum with the rhythms that you're going to make. And then they get to show off for Miss Sherry. And when they show off for Miss Sherry, then you'll probably get a progress report like this. You need to understand, I hope it's right here somewhere, that 3 is, this is like, understands this, doing a great job. This is really normal for this child's age. They tell me never to give that. So if you want your child to get a 4, go ahead, impress me and I'll give it. But they need to really like over the board, right? I mean, this is not what they just tell us not to do this. This is more what they're doing. Okay. They never practice with their eyes closed. Right? If they can no. They're just saying they know this so they played it so much, they don't read it, right? Okay. Homework booklet. I showed you the colored stickers and the weekly lessons. They're very much like last year. Okay, so you still have to sign in order for me to mark it off for them to get paid. Okay, and I'm going to show you that in a little minute. The reference section is so nice that you've been through this, so you know what I'm talking about. Reference section starts at page 57, and it has intervals back to all the stuff, activities by purpose, you know, why they're learning the song lyrics. We all need that. Remember that them learning their song lyrics is so vital because I'm going to teach them why we're saying turtle shells. But if they don't understand the words to turtle shells, then they won't ever get the concept. So the songs are so they have the words in their mind. So when I say the words, they perk up like, oh, I know those words. I'll say, do you know what they mean? And I teach them what they mean. But if they don't know the words, then it's all kind of boring. Truly. Digital downloads. Hope you've got that. The songbook, bubble hands for phone, case of your week. Yes. You're going to use the bubble hands for quite a while. Okay, these are important. They're a little different this year. So this means you're here with them. This sign means come. Okay. This means you're going to play the piano. Parent initials, we know that. And you're going to mark down how many times they did this practice. And let's see. This is yellow. So this is a game that's going to increase your practice time to 15 more minutes. Okay. Okay. Attendance is vital. I'm not kidding you. And like I said, if you want to come, be my guest. I'm telling you, it's so good. Parent days are these, they're marked, calendar. Okay, this is you all have Zelle because my new people, you need to get Zelle. That's the only way I accept payment. And anyway, if you pay me by the start of class, then you can have this discount. But I'm telling you, if you decide to do it by month, you need to put it on auto pay because you will get charged the late fee by my accountant. That is out of my hands. So please don't text me and say, oh, I meant to, but I didn't. There's nothing. That is all handled outside of my work. So if you don't want to pay the $320, then make sure you put this on auto pay from September to April, 8 months, and then this won't happen. Okay. Class time is 55 to 60 minutes. And I pray I will end. I should erase that. No. Siblings, don't bring in your siblings. That's even worse than this year than last. Media release, you're going to sign all those papers. You need to do that now before you quit. And cell phones, no cell phones. I don't want to see you texting behind your child. Okay. Okay. I'm going to stop this for a little second because I have such an amazing demonstration for you. So I told you last year that I gave you an overview of second year that we would get on the keyboard this year. And then the next year, I told you all the stuff. And there's no way to remember all that because it's so overwhelming. But this is third year curriculum. We have purple magic in the beginning and then orange roots. In the orange roots, which is the last and final semester, by the way, we do recitals every year, just like you were just involved with. In the orange roots, they get to compose their own composition. This is their own music that they make. And over the years that I've been teaching, the 5 years, I only have 3 years because the first 2 years they don't do it, right? I have to get to the third year to graduate a class. But these are their compositions. And I hired 3 composers, real composers, and they adjudicate and they pick first, second, and third place of my third year. Okay. They're all different, 100% different. You get 2 private lessons with me, with your child, and your child plays things on the piano. I write them into the computer. We print out the piece and they go practice it. They have to memorize it for the recital. But look at some of this stuff. Sometimes they'll do something that's a little too hard. So we have to kind of like, hey, why don't we make that a little easier, and cut it down a little bit because they start to get a lot of knowledge and then they might not be able to play that when they get right. Do you see what I'm saying? So, but I brought Sophia. She just graduated from third year. Come here, little girl. This is Sophia Lovelace, and she came to show you what she did. So all of them made their compositions. She won first place in my studio. And then because she won first place, all 300 studios in America get to send their first place winner to LPM headquarters for their competition. And she took honorable mention out of 300 studios. So that's fourth place. So yeah, thank you. So I asked her if she would come and play for you. So this is what I print out for them at the end of the year so that they have their own real live musical copy, like they bought it at the store. And there's her piece. And she's going to tell you a little bit about it. Jump, little dolphins, jump. Can you tell them?
So my name is Sophia, and you're going to hear dolphins jumping out of the water and swing with the proper fish like a ball.
Yeah, she's going to play for you. Yes. Around in a second, something. We need to fill this. There it is. So this is an orientation. Every parent and your child need to attend this orientation. It's mandatory for you to take this class. So she'll start passing that around in a second. But so anyway, do you see what she just did? She started just as your children did last year. with absolutely no knowledge. And that's where we're going. So this year is the year to get them into the keyboard, get their chord structures. She made all of that up because she knew those chords that I had up here, okay? And then she found out, oh, if I play these notes with my red chord, it sounds good. So they work it out and they make their own piece, and it's just super exciting for them. They feel so amazing with themselves what they've done, right? Okay, so this is going to come around. I need you to check your child's birth date and just make any change on that. So it's according to, you can look it up according to month. So just make sure that they're right. And then also you need to write their t-shirt size. I have the t-shirt size you gave me this last year. So that will help guide you, like, well, my child just really took a growth spurt, whatever you need to do. But just fill out, let's see, I think it's just the t-shirt and the mandatory orientation, which is like second to last page.
And it's their size for the
yeah, they're going to get it in. Yeah. So you kind of have to judge a little bit, but you know, okay. So they're going to come in. If it's a day without shoes and you understand that, we'll take shoes off, but that's not a big deal. Where to put the tote. So they're going to come right in the door, right into the keyboard room, which is that corner room back there. And you can look at it when you go out, and their name will be on a keyboard, and they're going to hang their tote bag right on the hook next to their keyboard. Then, and this is what we're going to train them to do right up front. They're going to run back here and they're going to wash their hands with you in the room. And they're going to wash, and then they're going to dry with one paper towel. Because I'm not kidding you. I get 6, because they pull it. They're just little. They don't really mean to, I don't think, but they pull it and down it goes, and then they rip it off and they use one. And then what I usually do is pull those out and clean the bathroom, right? But I just want you to train your child. You know, you only need one, and here's how you do one. And just help them get into the process. So they're going to walk in, put their tote, and walk right back and wash their hands, because they cannot touch the piano until they've washed their hands. Teach them how to wash well, okay? Because I have a lot of kids. I have 72 students this week, and all of them on the keyboards just get grinding, right? So, okay, when you pick them up, they're getting a little older now, but I still really would love it if you came in this year. I won't let anybody go in the first year, but I just feel so much better when you come in and get them. Plus, I really like you to see them check out. Really like that part. Okay, to empower is to believe that your child is capable of becoming more than what he thinks he is. The slower you go, the faster you'll get there. That is true. Every day for a few minutes. And in a couple of months, you won't believe where you are. But rush, we're going to spend an hour today. I know you hate it, but you're going to do it because we have class tomorrow. No, don't do that. It just destroys all fun. Strive for progress, not for perfection. I do help them come to perfection, but we have to do it bit by bit first so that we don't overwhelm them. Okay, now I want to show you just quickly my little friend. William, are you here? So coming in January, you're going to fill this out. You're going to come to, hi friend, this is my little friend William. Love all your children, just like that. You guys are familiar with William, right? Because he's in your year. Okay, he's going to do cards for you just to kind of remind you what, or no, you don't know him. He's second, he's going to third. Sorry.
We saw him.
Yeah.
Okay, you saw him play. What you're going to see him do right now is what the orientation that you're signing up for is all about. And all of your children and all of you are going to be trained how to learn to read music in this way. And this is a process that I've come up with, and it's the best process I think there is personally, because I raised 8 children and I find out that like, you can't get it. Why can't you get it? What do I do? What do I do? And then I would come up with an idea until I finally had this process in place, and it works like a dream if you do it every day. And William can probably tell you, if you stop for a little while, how does it go?
Like, I'm still trying to figure it out.
Yeah, if he stops for 3 weeks, he loses it. Do you know why? It's short-term memory. At this age, nothing stays in long-term memory unless you put it there for several years. That's hard, but that's the truth. So he's now going to show you the cards. We're going to do it together. and he's going to show you the process. He's on C's, D's, and E's now. And so that means he gets 22 seconds. He's trying to get them in 22 seconds. And we'll see. He may or may not get them in 22 today, but he's working on it. That's his goal so that he can pass them off and get F. So when I say that, I mean that he has 18 cards, 6 C's, 6 D's, and 6 E's all over the piano. And this is, and we don't start with all those. We start with C's only. So all they have to do is find C. Okay. And we're going to start this next January. Okay. Ready? Are you ready? Get set. Go. Good job. Job. Oh, my fault. Try this one. Do this one. Forget that. Speed and sync. Okay, he got 26. I have to take 3 off for that, so 23. He's 1 above his goal. Okay, get you one of them. So Miss Sherry's going to try this. Okay, are you ready? Get set. Go. Oh, good job. 24. Look at that. He's almost there. Yeah, Thomas and Sandberg, you can choose which one you want out on the desk. Go. So that was 24 seconds twice. I told you the other one for 24 seconds. You go 3 times every day. 3 times, guys. 1.5 minutes. That's all I'm asking. It's super short, but it's absolutely necessary. By the time he finishes 3rd year, he will be reading everything and it won't be frustrating. The only reason we're doing this is to get rid of all the frustration that causes them to cry and quit. So, but if you don't do it with him, with your child, they won't do it. There's no way they're going to go to the piano. Go do your cards. It's not going to happen. So I'm begging you to please be really thoughtful about how it's going to be come yellow semester. That we're going to add 2 things and they're going to take you a little bit longer. Okay, 15 minutes more a day. So it'll be 10 for this semester, not a big deal. And then it'll add 15, so 25 minutes in yellow. But they're growing up. It's okay. It's okay to expect that much responsibility from them. Okay. All right. I think, let me just double check my list if I can find it. Do you guys have Zelle? Do you have Zelle so you can pay? Okay. That's one thing I worry about. And you all should have gotten a ribbon so that you can tie the tag, the new tag to the bag. Okay, so you need to sign for the t-shirt size and, oh, you need Marco Polo. So every once in a while, something odd will start happening in class. I'll be like, we're not learning this very well. We're having trouble. Then I'll just send a Marco Polo to you so that you can, and I'll show you me doing it. So it's so helpful so that you can see exactly what's going on so that you can help your child do better. But I need you to be on Marco in order for me to put you in the group. And it's a very trying experience. So if you'll all just go get Marco, then when I go to set up the groups on Monday next week, before we start, you will come up on Marco and it will put you in.
And we're not doing group me anymore.
We are. Oh, group me is still for our like daily contact, but Marco is a video app that allows me to take videos and send them to you so that you can learn the process that I'm trying to teach. Okay. Because I can't do that on group. Okay, so your red, blue, and yellow stickers in the back, I explained. Okay, their rules this year are I got a mess now. Let me see if I can. Oh, really? Okay, well, somehow I've lost my rule sheet.
In ours? You want me-
No, it's not in there anywhere. So I don't know what I did, but they're going to get paid at the beginning. They're going to get paid with this in this jar. And they get to, they get paid $8 every time in this first semester. And so they get to go shopping on parent day. So when you come, they're going to have a bunch of these in their jar. And they will count them out with you. And then they get to go to the drawers out there and buy stuff. And that's their big perk. So we're not doing candy every week like first year. This year, it's not quick gratification. It's, wow, look, your jar's filling up with Syraxes. That's what I call these. And they start to feel really rich. And they know once they do it once, they go to the store and they get to purchase. They realize, oh, I've got to make sure I do all my stuff because that's how I'm going to have fun, right? So in the second semester, when they start doing cards, they get major perks. And every time, and I'll show you this, when this orientation will be so thorough, you'll be great. But every time they fill out one of their note tracker card sheets, they get one of these. These are worth 25. So or 20. So as they progress through the semester, they're filling up with greens and reds, and they know that those are counting up by 20s. This is, you know, a much bigger pay than one, right? And they learn that the first time when I start paying them, I'm like, wow, look at that, you got a red one. And then I also do, actually the red ones, they get 5, and I haven't got this numbered right now, but I'll teach this all to you. You don't have to remember it, but I'm just trying to tell you that I'm here to make this easy for you to do, okay? For 5 reds, they get to do a win a spin. And on the win, in fact, I'd love it if you texted me things that your kids would like, but they have to be, you know, kind of like under $1.50, $2. But when they get a number, it can be a mini can of pop. Right now I'm doing pop, and I have some little mini candy bars and some chips, and then mystery gift. That's what I have. And the mystery gift can be pencils or bigger candy things or whatever, but they live for this. And so they have to get 5. That takes them 5 weeks, not necessarily, it could take them 2 or 3 weeks to get 5 reds. And then they get to go to the win event. So those of you who are diligent, your children are going to start winning all this stuff and doing all these fun things. And if you're not diligent, I'm not trying to be rude, but nobody's guilty right now. So I can be very clear. If you're not doing it at home, then your child will see your other friends doing these things, and they'll want to do it too. And they just need the support. That's all they need. So just really be on top of your game, and it's going to be an absolutely amazing year. I wanted to show you one more thing. This is something you can buy at Let's Play Music that I think is just super, super helpful. And they can build their chords on here. It makes it fun. There's another full staff back here, and it comes with like primitive stuff, and even turtle shells. Like seriously, it's really great. And so they can really get things down because they're manipulatives, right? They need this kind of work. So, okay, so if you've got all your paperwork filed out, I can't do class with you unless I have that. So that's like number 1. And if you filled out, you know, gotten your spot for our orientation, then you're set to go. And I hope you'll have a good week, and I can't wait for this year to be amazing. Okay. Okay. Thanks. Have fun. Oh, I got you.
Dave, you manage the group here.
He does that. Have you sent out a group me yet?
Oh yeah, you're the only one that didn't answer on group.
Oh, I didn't answer.
On what? On group me?
Hang on a second.
On the red, yellow, green, yellow.
Really?
So I very much doubt it.
Yeah, you have. What's the worksheet? Oh, you don't need that if you were here. So yay for being here, you guys. That's such a pain. Okay, please leave my pens if you have them.
check Let's Play Music. It's just different things. I just do Let's Play Music. I check it
Yeah.
out.
Oh my God, why can I? Numbers 30.
What are the times?
Oh my heck, Nat. This is a horrible.
I thought it was 4:30 and then that one group said 4:55, so.
Oh,
I saw 4:55.
it is 4:55.
Okay.
Let me look that up really quick.
I think Max will do better at 4:55.
Yay.
Can we just set this here?
Danny, did you ever get? No, I don't have you in here either. Yeah, that's hopefully a good sign.
Are you sending a message?
No, I'm trying to add, I'm finding out that somehow I missed getting these two on. Did you all answer me? I thought I had everybody but Danny because I knew she was having phone trouble.
I mean, I'm here, but I didn't have to answer you.
Yeah, just say I'm in so that I. Okay, good.
You have a class schedule for that.
Yeah.
I know I signed up, it was like 9 months ago.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, I wonder if I did that. No, I did that here. This is a huge.
I have no idea why I said Max and I will be there because I knew that this wasn't taken.
Jameson's not on there, but it's 4:59, it's 4:35.
I read that.
Yeah. Yeah.
She's turning, well, she's 4.